Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to all of you for our new live webinar today, and I should say to our TV program, FeedChannel.online. As often as possible, we try to address your concern from the practical issue to the scientific basis, with experts from all over the world, from the academia as well as from the industry. Each webinar starts by a situation in the field, and after we try to have an explanation on the fundamental basis with experts, and we organize a roundtable to allow you to ask any questions to our invitees during the sessions. Since our previous webinars, we have posted a lot of documents and events on the FeedChannel platform. You could see the first Advancia Academy organized in Barcelona prior to the European Symposium on Poultry Nutrition, with a nice presentation from Massimiliano Petracci. And we have also interviews during the ESPN to show, in fact, the large attendance we had this year at the ESPN. We have also new events coming soon. We have recently recorded the keynote speeches at the IC conference, the Gut Health conference, or Intestinal Health Scientific Interest Group conference, organized in Bangkok 10 days ago, and this will be posted early next week. So it's very interesting. And it is our fourth FeedChannel live webinar today, and we are really pleased to welcome so many participants. And I just remind you that you can post any question during the webinar today at any time, and they will be addressed during the roundtable sessions. And if your question has not been answered today, you will get the answer on the FeedChannel platform. So many conferences and congress on meat quality issues addressed the breast meat myopathy recently. So over the last 2 years, I would say, most of the conference addressed these issues. So the wooden breast, the white stripping, the deep syndrome, the green muscle, and also the spaghetti meat I learned from Massimiliano. And we think that scientific progress are undergoing actually at the research institute and so on. And one main comment on issue observation we saw is actually it's an issue related to oxidative metabolism. When I say oxidative metabolism, it does not mean that it's a problem of oxidation. So people trying only to put antioxidants did not solve the issues. But really, there is a link between the oxidative metabolism and the function of the mitochondria may be related to the energy metabolism. I'm sure that Cecil Berry will further comment on that later on. But we decided maybe not to continue to focus on that topic, which is a very hot topic today, but next year it will be even more interesting because we will see progress. But it is also important to address some issues that still remain a very big concern, what we call the losses. The drip loss, the cooking loss, and all the loss related to the meat during the preparation and during the processing and during the storage, and also the meat color, and particularly the meat color change during the storage. I am pleased to welcome today two well-known scientists and a representative of the poultry industry. And I will start with the lady, Dr. Cecil Berry, from INRA in Tours in France, as director of the Poultry Research Unit, or Avian Research Unit, who developed lots of work on the meat quality, and she continues even with managing the whole lab to continue to be investigating on meat quality, and particularly on the relationship between nutrition, genetic, and the meat quality issues. And I think it's she will give a bit more understanding of what she is working on later on. And Professor Massimiliano Petracci from University of Bologna in Italy. And everybody knows Massimiliano because he talked at many conferences about this breast myopathy, the wooden breast, and the white stripping. And I would say I've learned earlier on in Edinburgh at the Egg Meat Conference about the spaghetti meat, and I realized it's not positive to have the meat and the spaghetti at the same time. So I think it's a good to have some of the better explanation on that with Massimiliano. And I would like also to introduce people from the field, from the slaughter plant. Paul, as a representative of the European Poultry Processor Association. He is also working for LDC, the French leader in poultry production, and he will talk directly from the slaughter plant. So, by the way, it's a good time maybe to address the first question to the processor. What is the current field situation regarding those issues? So I will ask Paul, what do you think about that from the practical point of view, from the field situation?
When we are speaking about meat, because I am in a slaughterhouse, we can say that water content since many years has been increasing. We have not on our side, on our industrial side, not any figures explaining what was the increase of water content of the meat, but as it has increased, we have more drip loss than we had before.
And if we look today at the economical consequence, because you try to evaluate what could be the impact of all these losses on the economy of the poultry chain, it's very hard to find data in the literature. So we tried to illustrate with that slide the economical consequence of the drip loss. We took only a very small example, 0.5% of change of drip loss regarding only the breast meat. If we start with a 2 kilogram bird weight, live weight, it represents only 2 grams, I would say, of losses at the carcass level or at the breast meat level, which is less than 1 cent of a euro. But if you multiply by the normal, I would say a mid-size type of producer, about 1 million broilers a week, it makes quite a significant amount, 10,000 euro per week. And if you count on a year basis, it goes up to 500,000 euro for a producer. And this type of producer is corresponding to roughly 250,000 tons of feed per year. So it's a huge impact. In fact, just this 0.5% on the economic benefit of the poultry chain.